Hi. Hi. Hi, Jose. Hi, Muffin. Hi, Animator. Hi, Risu. Hi, Mango. Hi. Yeah, how is everybody doing on this Monday night? Dude, I'm so glad book club's on Mondays because it like gives me something to look forward to. Because it's just like ugh Mondays, right? Thank God for book club, right? God damn, I didn't even get the game load up. I was working on something and got so lost in the sauce that I forgot. Doing good, tired from work, still doing daily exercise. Oh, nice, good shit. Man, people who can like get up and exercise every day they're better than I am. Like, let me tell you. Yeah, hooray, book club. Hell yeah, hooray, book club. Right. Mm. The last time we went through a couple chapters because they were so short. I don't know if we'll get through two chapters this time. I think I might call it after one, even if it is a little shorter this time. Just because I am working on something right now. It's gonna be neat. It'll be cool. I promise. I was gonna tease it a little bit after book club. So after the chapter, don't let me forget. I had something I wanted to talk about. And I'm realizing I forgot to go back and watch the second half or the last week's spot. Gosh, what did happen in the last one? Satoshi stopped going to baseball practice, which made Shion, so small, really sad. Sorry, I was trying to get adjusted in my chair and I almost vanished off the face of the earth. Um, she was really sad. Shion was thinking some dark thoughts, thinking like maybe if Satoko wasn't around, Satoshi would be happier. Satoshi may or may not have told Reina that he's gonna run away. And Reina told us that Oyashiro-sama isn't gonna forgive Satoshi and he's gonna start hearing footsteps, and that's how you know about the curse. So, you know. I don't remember the fine details, but that's basically, I think. Oh, and the chapter ended off with Shion asking Mion if they could swap spaces or swap spots so Shion could go to school and go to school with Satoshi for a day so she could talk to him more because Mion doesn't do that. She's not super, um, what's the word? Emotionally smart. Rena knew everything? Yeah, Rena kind of knows everything. That is sweet. Yeah, it is. I do really like the Shion and Satoshi's like quote unquote love story. Just the usual slice of life stuff. Oh yeah, just the normal stuff. Curses, people dying. You know, it's in every slice of life. Rena put in the curse. Well, no. She said that like she knew how he felt because she also, when she wasn't in Hinamizawa, she would hear the footsteps and she knew Yashiro-sama was cursing her. So that's why she's gonna be so attached to Keiichi. Yeah. Alright, let's get in there. Let's get this bread. Let's get this bread. President, if you would. For a moment, I forgot the class president was me. All rise? Looks like you didn't get enough sleep. I know it's been very hot at night lately, but try to get as much sleep as you can. Oh my god, I feel that. It's been so hot I can't sleep either. Also, out of the corner of my eye, when I'm not looking at it directly, her like notebook, I'm like, why does she have the death note? Before Satoshi and Keiichi are the same person. That's a cool theory. I think someone was talking about that to me last time. I think that they might have thought that, and it's just like some timeline shenanigans. Oh hi, Sensei. I feel that. I think your name's Chie. Chise. I think it's one of those. Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure this place can be called a school because there are so many different age groups. It's like kindergarten and elementary and just all blended together. Since I heard already about what this place was like, I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't too difficult to act like Mion here. There he is! As Sis told me, Satoshi-kun looked exhausted. I said hi to him, but he ignored me. Since I knew what he'd been going through, his pain looked apparent to me. I was interested in another person in this classroom. Satoshi-kun's little sister. Oh, she looks fucking miserable too, huh? Yashiro-san's curse really just sensei putting people's names in the death note. Wouldn't that be a fucking thing? Oh my god. She looked as worn out as Satoshi-kun, emotionless, like an abandoned doll. Everybody in this room was aware of their circumstances, but no one could do anything for them. So they just acted as though nothing was wrong. No one only let me have this one day. If I slacked off even a little bit, today would be over quickly. I had to figure out what I should do with this limited time. I should probably talk to Satoshi-kun. About what? Anything goes. Cheer him up, sympathize with him. Anything will do. But more than anything, I just wanted to chat with him. However, Sis told me. She said Satoshi-kun didn't communicate much with her lately, and he distanced himself from her. I figured I shouldn't talk to him so casually. I wanted to, but maybe it was better to leave him alone. I needed to keep Sis's warnings in mind, but instead I decided to ignore them. I looked for Satoshi-kun during lunch break. He was walking as if looking for a place where he could be alone. I caught him in the hallway. Satoshi-kun! He turned around, startled by my voice. His facial expression surprised me. He was scowling, clearly a sign of rejection. But I couldn't hesitate. I'd lose my only chance if I did. Hey, how are you? He gave me a look as if saying, do I look fine to you? I never expected to see an expression like that on his face. I felt like my heart was being torn into pieces. As I looked down, he spoke to me. I felt a little glad, but the next thing he said changed that. I'm fine. Is there anything else? Huh? I'll get going if there isn't. 'Cause I want to be alone. Oh, okay. I guess you're tired from work. I'm sure you want some time to yourself. You're working today, too, right? Where at? Sis had found several jobs for him. He worked at a few different places. He was helping out with necessary any of the shops Mion introduced him to. As a result, he constantly had to do different tasks in different environment almost every time. On top of that, he requested high-paying jobs from Mion because he wanted a large sum of money as soon as possible. In other words, he chose to mostly do manual labor. He was exhausted every day because he wasn't that physically strong. Does it matter? And shouldn't you know? You're the one who helped me get the job. Mion did help him get the job, yet Satoshi-kun didn't look thankful for that opportunity. This wasn't like him at all. It made me feel sad. You're right. Sorry. Is that all? He sounded so harsh. Why was he being like that? Would he ever stroke my head again? Oh. I couldn't help my tears. They flowed down to my cheeks. Satoshi-kun looked confused for a moment, but then he frowned again. Sorry. The coach said he wanted you to come back to practice. I told him I quit, so I won't be going back. But maybe it's a good idea to work out from time to time. You know? Not interested. I didn't know why he was being so hostile towards me. Oh shit, maybe I had those voices backwards. Whatever. Why did he hate me so much? I was left bewildered. Why? How come? Because I'm busy with work. Isn't it obvious? No, I didn't mean that. Why do you hate me so much? Why don't you ask yourself? Ask myself? What? What did I do? I don't understand, Satoshi-kun. I couldn't control my emotions any longer. Streaks of tears ran down my cheeks. Satoshi-kun gave me a hateful glare and walked away without saying another word. I couldn't even stop him. If I tried, he'd hurt me again with another cutting remark. I couldn't bear that, so I just watched him walk away. I wiped my tears and went back to the classroom. I heard somebody crying from inside. What's going on? I looked around the room to see. Maybe this chapter where Satoshi starts going crazy, just really slow? That's a good idea. It would be parallels to when Keiichi started losing his mind, yeah? It was Satoko. I saw her bento box on the floor. I asked one of her classmates what happened. It seemed that Satoko had bumped into somebody's shoulder, then stood up to go wash the box out. That was all. But Satoko was crying, as if afraid she was going to be chided badly. What happened was so minor. She could just pick up the bento box and things would be fine. It looked like the lid came a little loose, but it was definitely fixable. She didn't have to cry like that. Yet Satoko started begging through her tears.
Help me, Nini.
Because of what happened with Satoshi-kun, I couldn't suppress my emotions very well. So instead, they exploded. I stormed up to Satoko while elbowing her classmates aside. I grabbed her by the head, then threw her into the wall. Satoko screamed. She didn't seem to understand what had happened. She was shedding tears and shivering. She must be wondering why I did that. Do you know why I did that?
Help! Nini!
Satoko cried for her brother's help again, and so I grabbed her head and threw her again. Satoko stumbled and crashed into a desk. The desk fell and all the contents of the drawer scattered about. Satoko didn't even stand up. She just crouched and trembled while looking up at me.
Help! Help! Nini! Nini!
If you weren't like that, Satoshi-kun wouldn't have to suffer. Don't you get it? That's what I wanted to say, but I was too angry to utter another word. I picked up a bunch of textbooks from the floor and threw them at her face. Cry as much as you want, but nothing's gonna change. Why are you even crying? Because you think somebody's gonna help you? You don't have any idea what he has to go through to protect you, do you? Do you understand that? Do you understand what you're doing? You shouldn't exist. Die if you don't want to suffer. Go fuck yourself. Don't hurt Satoshi-kun. You deserve to die alone. You just deserve to die.
Nini! Nini!
Her desperate cries only increased my irritation. Stop crying! Don't call your brother for help. Stop it! If you weren't like that, if only you... I kept throwing things at her. Satoko curled up to protect herself and cried even higher. At that point, a girl with long hair ran up and huddled over her. I knew who it was. Rika Furude, one of Satoko's only friends.
Please don't hurt her. She's a poor situation, so please don't hurt her.
It doesn't matter how pathetic she is. She shouldn't rely on Satoshi-kun all the time. Stop spoiling her. Satoshi-kun has to suffer so much because of her. No, stop. Don't hurt her. Rika also became the target of my anger. I'm trying to teach her something here. If you don't keep getting in the way, I'll crack your head open. I grabbed a chair, lifted it over my head. It wouldn't hurt only a little if I threw this thing at them. Rika tightly closed her eyes and covered Satoko with her body. I didn't care what the consequences would be. I didn't care if I hurt them. Stop! Michan! Rina returned to the classroom and shouted at me. Then Satoshi-kun rushed in while pushing Reina aside, seeming to have grasped the situation immediately. He charged straight at me. Until my body had hit the locker, I didn't understand what happened. There was a loud crashing noise. I'd left a dent in it. I crouched there in pain. Satoko, are you alright?
Nini! Nini!
Satoko pushed Rika aside, jumping at her brother, and started crying again. What happened? Why were you treating her like that? Why? I didn't do anything, but Mion-san, she suddenly... Oh shit, that was supposed to be Satoko.
I didn't do anything. But Mion-san, she suddenly...
What's going on, Mion? Satoshi-kun shouted at me while clutching his sister. He looked fierce. I just... What did Satoko do to deserve this? What did we do? Why do we always have to suffer like this? Why? Why? He released Satoko and rushed up to me, grabbing me by the neck. You said that I should ask myself, didn't you? So why don't you ask yourself? Oh shit. Ask what? I know you feel she's a burden on you. Why you always have to suffer because of her? You know that, right? If she were stronger, you wouldn't have to suffer. She's the one to blame. I don't believe what I said was wrong. But after hearing it, Satoshi-kun went berserk. What the heck do you know? Ow! Satoshi-kun grabbed my hair and threw me to the wall, just like I did to Satoko. However, I wasn't gonna back down. I no longer had any control over my emotions at all. You spent so much time protecting her. She'll never stop relying on you until you stop doing that. The hell do you know about us? What the heck do you know? You persecuted our parents. And now us? That's the way of the Sonozaki family, huh? You torture traitors for fun. Is it fun? Is it fun bullying us? Huh? Stop it. Oh shit. Stop it. That was Reina's voice. She stepped in, looking as fierce as a demon.
Satoshi-kun, please. Mi-chan doesn't have any bad intentions. She wanted to help you, but she just lost control a little bit. Okay?
Satoshi-kun looked like he wanted to say something back, but he chose not to.
You too, Mi-chan. I know how much you worry about Satoshi-kun. But you can't solve the problem like that. I think you understand, right?
Since Satoshi-kun didn't say anything, I kept quiet too.
Here, Satoko-chan. You don't have to cry just because you dropped your bento box, alright? Do you feel better now? Satoko, I'll pick up the bento for you. Oh.
Rika started picking up the bento box while its owner continued to cry.
Guys, can you help us clean up? The teacher will be back from the vegetable garden soon. This quarrel is over, so don't tell her about it. Okay?
The classmates looked at each other and nodded. Then they started picking up the stuff from the floor.
Here. Satoshi-kun, Mi-chan. Why don't you guys shake hands as a sign of reconciliation?
Sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Tears started to roll down my cheeks again. I'm sorry, too. You have nothing to do with our family situation. I'm sorry.
Okay. Mi-chan, why don't you apologize to Satoko-chan now?
I was fine apologizing to Satoshi-kun, but I didn't want to apologize to her. But the situation wouldn't settle otherwise, so I reluctantly apologized. Satoko nodded, looking discouraged. After that, Reina let me go. My head ached, so I held it with both hands. What was that? What did I do? I didn't want to use this precious time to fight. Sis had warned me. She told me I shouldn't talk to Satoshi-kun just like that. What did I come here for? I shouldn't have come here if I knew this was going to happen. stupid. You're stupid, Shio. I was overcome by emotions because I was so worried about Satoshi-kun. When did things go wrong? Were they wrong from the beginning? I got into a fight with Satoshi-kun. This was totally the opposite of what I wanted. I regretted it. I hated myself for it. I couldn't blame myself enough. My world had been torn apart. I wish the sky would just fall and kill me. Sis sounded both amazed and confused. Practice from who? I know, Captain Reina, right? Weird seeing Reina be the mediator after everything she did in the first book. Right? It's like, it's weird seeing Reina not being the one so bloodthirsty, you know? You know I'm busy with the festival preparations, but you certainly made things way more complicated. I'm sorry. Sis tried to say something, but she stopped in the middle. After listening to a few complaints, I started telling her about everything that happened today. Sis had to pretend that the trouble I caused today was her responsibility, which must have been very taxing for her. So, I won't get the chance to trade spots for a while. Hey, I think you should be more aware of the hassle I have to go through. Yeah, you're right. Sis had been sympathetic, but maybe I pushed her too far this time. Of course she'd be hesitant to trade spots considering what I did today. The atmosphere felt awkward, so we were both silent for a while. If you were to get another chance, what would you do, Shion? Well, that was a reasonable question. I wasn't prepared to answer, though. If I had a chance to go to school again and see Satoshi-kun, what would I do? Would I apologize to him about today? I didn't think that would work. That might even upset him again, no matter how hard I tried. Okay. Here's something that he was saying. It was the Sonozaki family who had been harassing his. It would only be natural for him to hold a grudge against us. But why was he only expressing that now? I've been a Sonozaki to him all along. Satoshi-kun stroked my head even though he knew that I was Mion Sonozaki. Sis, do you think that Satoshi-kun is holding a grudge against the Sonozaki family? I think so, yeah. It was our family that initiated the persecution of the Hojo family, marking them as scapegoats. Even after the dam conflict, it wasn't easy for the Hojo family to live in Hinamizawa. Given all of that, it's not surprising that Satoshi-kun hates us. The Sonozaki family who put his family in a devastating situation. But why now? Why is he only expressing this grudge to us now? Why is this happening now? If he wanted to... If he had rejected me from the first place, I wouldn't have wanted to get close to him. My tears wet my cheeks. I didn't bother to wipe them. It's only natural to hold a grudge against the Sonozakis. There's nothing unusual about it. Rather, why has he been treating me like a friend? I knew how stupid this question was. I think it's because he was mature. I can't understand it. He'd been treating me as a friend because he was mature? But now that he's become stressed mentally and physically, he's decided to reject me? No matter how hard I thought about it, I couldn't find anything to fault him with. If there was somebody to blame, it'd be somebody I'd never accused before. Why did the hag decide to persecute the Hojo family? Huh? It was his parents who supported the dam project, right? Satoshi-kun had nothing to do with it. Why was he included? Why? Mion couldn't say anything in return. Actually, it wasn't all that hard to guess the reason. The hag didn't have any specific order to harass the Hojo family. She just thought the Hojo family was getting in the way. The people around her noticed what was bothering her and took steps to get rid of it. Though, of course, she must have known how influential her own words were. She didn't just think it. She gave what she must have known would be interpreted as an order. Background music hitting hard. You said before that the Furude priest wasn't mature because he didn't cooperate, right? Is this the same scenario? The Hojo family wasn't mature because they didn't act in accordance with the other villagers? That's why the hag decided to punish them? Isn't it? Mion couldn't say anything in return, meaning that my accusation was the truth. They already punished the Hojo couple. Feel free to bring them to the torture room in the garden and chop their fingers off or something. But leave Satoshi-kun alone. Satoshi-kun has nothing to do with this. What did he do to deserve this? What did he do wrong? Answer me! Answer me, Mion! Mion! Very well. Please take care of the matter. Goodbye. Mion suddenly changed her tone and hung up. She must have done that to escape from my questions. I was furious. I started redialing the number, but then I remembered that we decided she'd hang up the phone after using that phrase when she saw the hag coming. I doubted she actually saw the hag, but it was the rule, so I couldn't call back for a while. I went to the bathroom to wash my face and cool down. I turned on the faucet. The water felt lukewarm. It didn't help me cool down at all. I'm disgusted by my own childishness. I just wanted to fill my void. I didn't care about him, considering that Satoshi was very generous, but I don't know if I can forgive Satoko. That is a different story. What did he do to deserve this? To deserve Shion throwing a chair at his little sister. Oh my god, stop. I was just trying to help. She was just trying to help. Right. I'm glad we're all on the same page. And back. Welcome back, bro. I was looking up at the ceiling with my arms and legs spread out. It's not that I wasn't getting hungry. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live in the school dorm. That meant I had to cook something for myself when I wanted to eat. I knew that, but I still didn't feel like getting up. It had been several days since I began this empty life. It must be tomorrow. The Watanagashi festival, I mean. Shit, we're so close to the Watanagashi already. Oh my god. I heard the doorbell ringing. I ignored it at first, but it rang persistently. I started hearing knocking alongside Kasai's rude voice. Shion-san, please open up. I brought some food for you. I didn't ask him to. He must have known that I hadn't eaten enough, and that I'd been feeling down lately. You haven't eaten, have you? No, I'm not hungry. But when Kasai put the food on the table, my stomach reacted in a very primitive way of making some noise. Your stomach's growling. I believe you need to eat. I was hungry, but I didn't have an appetite. I mean, I did have an appetite, but I didn't have the energy to eat. Yet I'd feel bad for wasting the food he brought, so I picked up my chopsticks just to humor him. Thought you were marked by the hag. Is it okay that you're here? Oreo-san is busy with the festival preparation and meetings. She doesn't seem to have the time to deal with you right now. Don't you like croquettes? They're good. Thank you. When I nibbled on the food, Kasai read through the magazines I had bought. Have you, I never talked to Kasai about something like this before. Since I've always believed myself superior to him psychologically, I hesitated to show any weaknesses to him. That kind of hardship is healthy for your age. Hey, do you know about that? Mion-san told me a little bit. She said you wanted me to assist you. She did she? She looked worried. Your sister is looking out for you. Without responding, I threw the last croquette in my mouth. Thought you might want to know how Satoshi Hojo is doing. I've gathered some information. Would you like me to report? That's not necessary. But, I mean, since you went through all the trouble, I'd at least better listen. Kasai chuckled, but stopped quickly as if thinking it rude. It seems that Teppei Hojo fled the premises. He seems to be staying at his mistress's place in Okonomiya. Teppei? Who's that? Oh, it's Satoshi-kun's uncle. Their aunt, Tamai Hojo, Satoshi and Satoko are only the living ones in the house right now. Ever since Tamai learned that Tepe had fled to the mistress, she's been in a foul mood. So that must mean the aunt is being even nastier to Satoko and Satoshi-kun is taking even more indirect blows. Kasai looks very Yu-Gi-Oh! Villain-coded? Nah, 100%. Facts. If Satoko looks miserable, that means Satoshi-kun must be going through equally miserable torture. Can't you do something about the aunt? Doesn't anybody talk about punishing her? She's one of the remaining Hojos after all. The uncle's gone, so why not the aunt? Well, the main Sonozaki family ruled against further harassment toward the Hojo family after the death of the couple. They say the police still might be staking out their house due to suspicions about the couple's death. Their deaths have been filed under Yashiro-sama's curse, so the Sonozaki family thinks no further divine intervention is necessary. Kasai put on a faint smile. Come to think of it, it is hard not to suspect the involvement of the Sonozaki family in all the incidents said to be Yashiro-sama's curse. Somebody strives to get rid of the Hague's concerns on the day of the Watsunagashi festival. Furthermore, the Watsunagashi festival is going to be held tomorrow. Will the curse strike again this year? If so, who will be the victim? Now that I think about it, there were cases of multiple victims in the past. The first and third year, it was just one, but the second year the victims were a couple. So it wouldn't be too strange if two people fell victim this year. Seems like a good time. It'd be best for Satoko and her aunt to be at the victims. Satoshi-kun will be freed from every source of his worries all at once. She talks about killing people like just so easy. Kasai, do you know if this year's victims have been selected? Does the Hague make that decision? If so, Sis should know about it by now. Kasai, do you know anything? Shion-san, I don't know anything about that matter. Well, that makes sense. That kind of secret will make its way to you because you're just the small fry. It's true. I've never received any information regarding that from my connections. But as you know, the Sonozaki family has access to many underground organizations, which I have no channels into. All the more reason why it makes sense she got along with Keiichi. Maybe I could try asking Sis about it. But she won't talk. She's strict about keeping promises, unlike me. If the Hague told her to keep a secret, she'd take it to her grave. Damn. I hope Satoko and her aunt will go missing this year. Hey, Kasai, I just thought of that. Aren't you gonna do something about it? Shion-san, you must be joking. Yeah, I'm kidding. I took a glimpse at Kasai. It didn't look like he was actually going to do something to make my wish come true. I wasn't able to go to the village myself, so I definitely wasn't going to go to the festival. I didn't care about that. Even so, I was interested in who was going to end up the victim of the curse. If I just kept lying on this couch, playing hooky, somebody would fall victim in several hours. I had no clue why it had to happen every year, but I was certain that the Hague was behind it. All the enemies from the dam conflict have been punished. Only the Hojo couple was left, since most of the other enemies were already gone. The cicadas were crying loudly outside. It made me feel hot. Why was this hot and humid in June? If Yashiro-san was actually punishing people, I'd pray for one thing. I'd pray that the evil aunt would be punished, and I'd offer up Satoko as a sacrifice. It's hot. When I woke up, Kasai was already gone. Looks like he cleaned the table in the surrounding room. He put my dirty laundry in the hamper in front of the washing machine, too. Being a girl of a sensitive age, I didn't want a man to clean my room. Well, I'd rather thank him than badmouth him. I looked at the clock. It was late afternoon. I had to go grocery shopping. There was nothing left in the fridge, and I'd be having just rice for dinner if I didn't go. At that moment, the phone rang. Must be Kasai, I thought. I did hope it was him. He could have brought more food, so then I wouldn't have to go shopping. Well, I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all, but It wasn't Kasai on the phone. Sis, where are you calling from? The house? No. I'm calling from the payphone, so I'll make it quick. Satoshi called me. Satoshi did? He called you? Yeah, it probably wasn't me he wanted. He called you, I think. Sounded like he wanted to apologize for what happened the other day, so I thought I should take the call. I told him that I'd call back because I was busy. So, can you call this number? Okay. Yeah. I was stunned for a second, but then recovered and wrote down the number on the back of a magazine. Thanks. I'll call right away. Good. He's been extremely stressed these days. I don't think he'll listen to me anymore, but I think he'll listen to you. She could have pretended to be me and handled this call, but she passed it over to me. Thanks, Mion. Alright, see you, Shon. Before she hung up, I put the headset down. Then after a second, I dialed the number in a flash. I heard the dial tone 3 times, 4 times, and there he was. Hoja residence. He sounded like an adult. His voice sounded a bit too tired, but it definitely was the voice I loved. I got scared. I was scared that he might become sulky again if I mentioned my name. I couldn't open my mouth for a while. Is that you, Satoshi-kun? Oh, sorry that I called you so suddenly. Are you okay now? That was the Satoshi-kun I knew. He didn't sound cold like the other day. Yeah, I'm okay now. Good. After that, he went silent. I felt the urge to start a conversation. It wasn't fair. He was the one who called in the first place. Then, he finally spoke. I'm truly sorry for what happened the other day. I'm sorry too. You don't have to apologize, because I was the one in the wrong. If this were face-to-face conversation, he could be stroking my head. It was just sad just talking to him over the phone. I won't forgive those people who forced us into this situation. You might be close to them, but it was never you, personally. So I wanted to apologize. No, please don't apologize. I was selfish and didn't understand the situation very well. We apologized to each other a few times. Are you alright, Satoshi-kun? You're working and you're under a lot of stress. Isn't that too much to handle? I quit my job, since I have enough money now. You did? Oh, that's good. You don't have to push yourself anymore then. That's really good. Skoshin tried to say something, but he dropped it instead. Satoko has it far worse than me. Seems like it. Is she alright? Does she look alright to you? He suddenly sounded upset. I'd messed up. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was so stupid. I had ruined this miraculous conversation with him. Skoshin didn't respond to my apology, so I stopped apologizing. She was tortured until she was literally torn up. And everybody abandoned her. Everybody did. I didn't. I tried to calm him down. I hated what I had just said because of how hollow it sounded. I had no idea what to say next. I felt guilty. Satoshi-kun was desperate to protect Satoko from their evil aunt, but I'd wished that Satoko would die tomorrow because of the curse. I was trampling over his desperate hope. Satoko can't take it anymore. So... He cut himself off in the middle and went quiet for a moment. He must have been choosing his words carefully. Then, he finally spoke. His words sounded hollow. I mean, I want her to have fun for one night. Huh? What do you mean? The Watsunagashi Festival is tomorrow, isn't it? I want you to take her there. Yeah, I can do that, but why? She's exhausted. So, I think she'd be happy if she could get away from our aunt, even for just one night. But why? Why? It's not that I didn't understand why he wanted to take her taken to the festival. What I didn't understand was why he was asking me to do it. Was there any reason he couldn't take her there himself? I had a hunch that he might disappear, so I kept asking. What do you mean, why? Why don't you just take her yourself? He fell silent. Satoshi-kun isn't good at lying or keeping secrets. It was clear that he wanted to hide something. I just have some stuff that I need to take care of with work tomorrow. So I can't go to the festival. He was lying, but he was also stubborn. He wouldn't admit it if I accused him. Mion, can you take her there tomorrow? I wouldn't want to look after Satoko, even at Satoshi-kun's request, but I'm also glad he's relying on me. I know it's ridiculous to ask for your help after that incident, but you're the only person I can turn to now. I didn't know what to say. I did know, though, that I wasn't going to turn down his request. Okay. But just for tomorrow, alright? I hope you'll keep looking after her. What are you saying? I won't do that. Just for tomorrow. He sounded as if he was gonna disappear tomorrow. I didn't like the sound of that, so I intentionally sounded sulky. He talked about trivial stuff for a little while. While the conversation was almost over, Satoshi-kun asked something else. Hey, Mion. I really hate asking this, since you might think I'm crazy for saying it, but... Huh? What? You... don't believe in it, right? Huh? Believe in what? In Oyashiro-sama's curse. What are you talking about, Satoshi-kun? Oyashiro-sama curses those who leave the village, right? That's the rule. Every kid in the village knows it. That's the rule. What's with this all of a sudden? Are you planning to leave? Though I was kidding. I wanted him to deny it. I'm not thinking about that anymore. He admitted that he had thought of it. I guess Reina told me that much. Well, that's good. You're not leaving the village? No, but I haven't been forgiven yet. Huh? Soshin tried to say something but hesitated. He was breathing so heavily. Was he sick? Hey, do you feel alright, Satoshi-kun? Sorry. I'm fine. I guess you're tired. I think you should get some rest. He sounded distinctly more sickly from when his conversation had started. He breathed heavily when punctuating his words. Satoshi-kun repeated his question. Mion, I'll ask one more time. Do you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse? What did he want me to say? Could I make him feel relieved with my answer? How should I respond? The answer was simple. There's no curse. There couldn't possibly be. I didn't know what was bothering him, but I wanted to make him feel better by laughing his worries away. But Satoshi-kun instead fell silent. I couldn't tell if he was happy with my answer or not. One thing was certain. I didn't make him feel any better. Sorry that I asked such a weird question. Sorry. I felt like I let him down, so I apologized in a rush. Whether it's a real curse or someone's conspiracy, I won't disappear. I won't fall victim to it. You won't disappear. No. Not until I buy that teddy bear. I'll get the money pretty soon. I won't go anywhere until then. He chuckled. I knew he was trying to leave me, but it worked the opposite way. He sounded as though he didn't care what would happen after he bought that teddy bear. Oh, my aunt is home. I have to go. Oh, okay. Mion. Huh? Even though he wanted to hang up the phone because the aunt was coming back, Satoshi-kun took a breath to tell me something important. I'll leave. Satoko to you. I should have said yes right away, but I still couldn't forgive Satoko, so I just kept quiet. Forget what I said. Bye. Oh, he was obviously disappointed. What had I done? I wanted to apologize. I wished I could, but it was too late. The dial tone left no doubt. Now, that was depressing. Hey! Achievement. Plea was ignored. You listened to his desperate request. Ah, shit! Let's save. Woo! Another chapter down, boys! Dang, I was hoping he'd realize that's Shion, not Mion. True, that would make this way cuter. But, like, I don't know if he ever realizes it. Can I wonder if Shion started to care about Satoko after what happened to Satoshi? So she literally did the... Right? Oh my god. Fucking all those AI chat box just... Hey, can I ask a question? Mion, do you believe in the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! That's a good chapter. It feels like shit's ramping up so fast. Like, we're gonna get to the climax soon. Which I guess makes sense. That was chapter 5 out of what? Like... Oh yeah, once we finish the next one, we might be halfway done. I always forget how many chapters there are. Hold on. Can I just, like, look for it real fast? Let me see. I always forget how many chapters there are. Good golly cheapers. I think there's 7 more chapters, so there's 12, I think. How do we sum up this chapter next stream? Shion beat the shit out of Satoko. Satoshi got mad. Shion sad. Satoshi call Shion. Still think Mion. Ask Shion. Take care of Satoko. Ask if curse real. Hang up phone. Good golly jeepers. You kiss your Malekith with that mouth. I do a lot more than that with my mouth for him. Was it 1 or 3? Which one was really slow? 1 is usually regarded as the slowest build-up. Although I definitely think 2 is more deserving of that title, like chapter 2, the second book. Like 1 was slow, but that was because it's literally there to, like, get you into it, right? It's supposed to be a slow burn to get you really, to make you really feel something when those characters start killing each other. But 2, I think, was super slow, too. 3, I don't think you guys really thought was slow, because what was it? By, like, chapter 2 or 3, Satoko was getting abused and da-da-da-da-da, you know? So I don't think we thought 3 was slow. Last chapter would be, like, 4 hours long, like one of the books. Yeah, what was it? What? No, that was the fucking second book, too, where, like, the final chapter was, like, 2 hours and 40 minutes or some shit. I was like... My throat hurt. But yeah, no, 2 was still my least favorite book. It was fucking... It was slow. It was silly. It felt like they just kind of had the lore dump in the final chapter. Honestly, because they were like, oh shit, yeah, we actually do need to do the Higurashi story too. Not just the sister swap story. Gonna have to pull an AOT in last year. Oh my god. There's the goon for it. What are you... Oh, okay, right. So 2 things that I wanted to, like, talk about real fast. Well, one of them was gonna be, like, yippee, oh my god, 150 subscribers when I was at... Never mind, I'm back at 153. Never mind. Okay, wait, no. Real facts. When I was like eating dinner, I was like checking the channel. And it said I had 150 chapters, or 150 subscribers. So I was like, hey, we can like have a little yippee and during the stream. And then as soon as I started stream, I saw that it went down to 149. And I was like, motherfucker. But now it's back up to 153. So I'm fine. Hold on. Let me fix. No, stop. Don't muffin, please. Already, like, it's like before I was like, oh, if I lost one or two, it didn't really matter because like the number was but like now when the number's so small, I'm like, every subscriber that leaves, I'm like, come back, please. I promise I'll be good. You know? What's that? The final chapter part 2. Oh my god, gross. No. I would never. Hold on. I fucking hate it when like they would do that. Sure. What do you mean, sure? What mean? Oh, and here's the other thing. Right, hold on. Let me double check to see what day I'm gonna do this on. Because let's see, we have our collab tomorrow with my gen mates, with Killer and Malin. Oh my god, we're doing the community day, like Oathbound. We're gonna play games with all the community, whoever wants to play with us. What meme? What do you mean? Never thought that I would like visual novels, but because Saphyre really liked them, I love Saph's reading. Ah, thank you, right? Thank you. Yeah, oh, yeah. Tomorrow we're doing the community plays, so, like, I forget what games we're doing. I'll have to double check. But yeah, you guys can all play with me, Killer, and Malin tomorrow. I think we're starting at 8 p.m. CST. I don't know what time that is for you guys, I'm sorry. Let me double check. Yeah, 8 p.m. CST we're gonna do starting tomorrow. That'll be that. And then... Fuck, I lost my thing already. Okay, and then it looks like Elden Ring's my next one on Friday. So I'm thinking then Wednesday is when I'm gonna... Hold on. Wait, I meant to have this ready and then I totally got behind and everything. Pause. Wait. Let me just... Hold on. Wait. It's building up. Oh my god, it's gonna be so not worth all this build up. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Just a second. Bam! Wow, that's really big. On Wednesday, I'm gonna have the full the full soundtrack for Vampire Checkmate up on YouTube. Yeah, drumroll. So not worth the build up, but like, I'm really excited because it's like, wow, it's like happening. It's starting to happen. I'm starting to like upload shit for it. So, like, it's going to be the full soundtrack so you guys can get a little listen to it. The whole thing. There's some tracks on there that you haven't heard yet. I know I showed some people some tracks because old channel, but now it's all the tracks in one nice big chunk just for you to see. The full soundtrack for book 1 will be up on my YouTube on Wednesday. I will set up the video to premiere on Wednesday. I don't know what time. What time? Maybe 6:30 or 7 sounds good. It'll be in the evening, obviously. It's a vampire thing. I have to, like, do it at the night. So not worth it. Speak for yourself! Whoa, it looks awesome. Thank you! It's happening. Let's go, right? Yeah. We're finally getting closer and closer to actually something, right? I'm excited. But yeah, I'm finally finished, or I'm going to say that it's finished, the soundtrack. So I hope y'all will tune in and give it a listen, you know. I worked pretty hard on it. Went from me going, the fuck's a guitar, to like actually composing 13 tracks of music. So I hope that you like it. And I also hope that you like the series when it comes out. But yeah, that was my big announcement that I meant to... I'm like, don't let me forget. Hope you give it a listen. Just try and stop us. Hell yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I'll set that up to premiere on Wednesday. Thank you. Or don't. I'd like to listen to it. Please listen to it. No one will stop us now. Yeah. Alright, but here's where I'll wrap up stream for today. Good chapter. Well, let me save again because I'm scared. Good chapter. All that good shit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, probably, hopefully. But before you go. Okay, before I go. What games do you guys have planned? Oh, shit. That's what I was saying. I don't remember. Hold on. I know they're all free. Maylin had a really good list. I'm like, yeah, fuck any of my ideas. You're the brains. What are we playing? Let's see. Jackbox, Crab Games, and then end it with Scribblio. Scribblio? I've played Jackbox, but the other two I don't know what they are. She's the brain in the throat, yeah. Super happy for Saf. Keep doing your great work. Thank you. Yes, I'm super happy and super grateful for you guys. You always here. You always, giving me, support and all that. I do appreciate everybody. Played Jacks before, but not the others. Yeah, I'm not sure what they are. I should probably make sure I have those downloaded. But anyway. The GOAT. Alright, guys. Alright. So hopefully tomorrow I see you. We play some games together. If I don't see you then, I'll see you when I see you, okay? Okay. Alright, everybody. You all have a good night. Good evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.